Okay, everybody, hello and hi. This is the KubeStellar Community Meeting for today, Thursday, February 20th, 2025. I'm getting over a cold, so if you hear me sniffling or coughing or sneezing, you know why. But it's good to see you all here again. Thank you very much. If you're looking to get access to this specific document or any of the other artifacts that we hold inside KubeStellar's coffers, you can go to kubestellar.io/join us. You can use an underscore or you can just use one word, join us. When you get there, you'll see a Google form that you just click join the group, and you join the Google group, and then you get access to this. Plus, you get our nice meeting invites that come every 2 weeks. So we are a proud member of the CNCF Sandbox project program. And as such, we abide by a contributor code of conduct. So I'll go ahead and I read it at the beginning of every meeting. So as contributors and maintainers in the CNCF community, and in the interest of fostering an open and welcoming community, we pledge to respect to all people who contribute through reporting issues, posting feature requests, updating documentation, submitting pull requests or patches, and other activities. We are committed to making participation in the CNCF community a harassment-free experience for everyone, regardless of level of experience, gender identity and expression, sexual orientation, disability, personal appearance, body size, ethnicity, race, age, religion, or nationality. That just basically means please be nice to each other. It's a good general rule of thumb in the world that we live in today. If you do want to be on camera, turn it on. If you don't, leave it off. If you do want to speak up, turn on your microphone. If you don't, leave it off. The meeting is being recorded. It will be on our YouTube channel at kubestellar.io/TV. And there you'll find this meeting as well as other things like explainers and other demonstrations of our technology. Okay, so with that being said, we're here on February 20th, 2025. We have a list here that you can join. Just let us know you're here. I don't think Braulio is here, so I'm going to take him off the list there. So if others of you are on the list, you let us know that you have access to this document by leaving your stamp here in the attendees list. Okay. So the agenda is open, and we put a formal agenda out there, but you're welcome to interrupt at any time, ask questions, and you're also welcome to put things on the agenda that you'd like to discuss. I'll go ahead and get started here to just get things rolling. Okay, some new developments here in KubeStellar. We've begun the design and implementation of a new user interface. The interface looks like such. So you have the ability here to manage your clusters in your inventory and transport spaces. And you can see we've got some functionality now that's starting to come around. You have the ability to import a cluster to KubeStellar, and we're starting to make changes here to make that easier to do. You also can manage workloads. In the deployment space, you have the ability to create a workload, so you can create it from YAML input, from a file, from a form, or from GitHub. So we're thinking about GitOps a lot here, so this is one step in that direction. So you might be able to do that through this interface. We give you a general status and information and table view of the information that comes from each and every one of the deployments, services, config maps, and other objects that are stored within the workload descriptor spaces that are part of KubeStellar. And of course, how would you get any workload out to a given cluster that you manage? Well, that's done through binding policies. And so binding policies are housed here. Binding policies show you what workload is going to go where. And we're actively working on making inroads on how to visualize that. We also have the ability now to create a binding policy from a YAML template. Here's a specific YAML template. This will also be adorned with ways to automatically select these match labels for clusters and for workloads based on interrogation of the KubeStellar environment. You also can upload a file. So to make that a little easier. So this is what we have right now for the user interface. We hope people will like it and start to use it more readily. We are also talking about adding plugins to this for things like AI and GitOps and CI/CD and so forth. So we're looking forward to making more inroads there. If there's anybody out there that's interested in getting involved, please check out our queue for the KubeStellar UI or for KubeStellar's main repository, and look for anything that's labeled help wanted. You'll see that on Clotributor also, clotributor.dev. So in case anybody's wondering, clotributor.dev, you can look for, these are just projects that are part of the CNCF, Sandbox, graduating or incubating. And you can see KubeStellar, when we tag something that has the label help wanted on it, it comes and shows up here. So please pick any of those off there that you like. Those are some of the more introductory issues we believe that would be useful for people to contribute to. So we'd love to see people pick those up and work them. We'll be happy to work with you as a team. All right. Any questions or comments on the new user interface? Okay. So we've also been working with the CNCF to work on a March to May. They have an internship program. We've advertised 6 such projects or within this internship that we'll be hosting. There's one open slot for each of these programs. The official application cycle has closed, and so we're in the process of picking people to fill these slots. We've had an overwhelming response. We had, Kevin, I don't know if you knew this, we had 170 applicants. Yeah, incredible response. So the term starts in March and it ends in May. I will say this, we are only able to take 1 person per project, so that limits us to only 6 of the 170 that applied. But having said that, what we'd like to see happen is, for those of you that are not looking for any monetary compensation and would just rather the experience, we'd be happy to take and work with you on the side, not as part of this internship, but as helpers to the KubeStellar project in general. So, and we'd be happy to teach you what we know. Okay. Also, we'll be running this again in the summer and in the fall, and we'll be running this 3 times a year. So again, the numbers are high, the number of people picked are low, but we're happy to work with you if you want to work outside the program also. All right, any questions on internships or working with us or contributing? All right, great. Okay, so first I want to thank people in our team, especially Mike. Version full release, the 0260 full release is now available. You can go pick it up at your earliest convenience. It has lots of changes to our automated installation and other things that we think are necessary to support our community. We've upgraded to Kubernetes 1.29 in the process, so that should be useful and helpful to let everybody know that we're keeping up with the release cadence of Kubernetes. Okay. All in one demo environment. We've got some items that were giving us some headaches on Ubuntu. Things like Helm failing to fetch public charts, and we've identified the root cause of that. We've taken some steps towards resolving that in 0.26. We also had some issues with Docker Desktop and the use of an external project called Pass to store the password for a Docker login. So these things combined were causing our end users some grief, and so we've attempted to resolve some of them, and you can look for PRs forthcoming to take care of that. Matter of fact, I think some of these have already been satisfied. Okay. Also on all OS platforms, and the Linux kernel needs to be tweaked. So you can see that here. We do have an issue whereby people will install and then find out that some object is complaining about low number of files available or running out of files. And you'll see that this issue is caused by this max user watches and max user instances not being set appropriately. Most times people need to set this. It's not always the case that you need to set user instances. It's usually at 5, can be at 512. We've seen people at 128, but you want to make sure you get your user watches well up into the 50,000, sorry, 520,000 range or so. So just beware. And also, some people have noticed some disk space issues when they're running on their local system. So just beware of that, and make sure you take appropriate measures to thwart that before it becomes a problem for you. Okay. All right, we've got an upgrade campaign underway, and that will be ongoing, so there won't be any changes here necessarily to this. The next version that we're targeting is 1.30, obviously. Okay, so any questions on installation or on the upgrade campaign or on the new release? Okay. Performance testing, there are a couple issues that are out there that have been, few that have been merged. There's other things about Prometheus endpoints that have been found in Help Wanted. If you know anything about Prometheus and you'd like to help us out, search out the Help Wanted for the Prometheus endpoint. We'd love to see if we can increase the instrumentation of our project. Okay, right now underway. So this is IFOS. This is something. So we don't have any interns right now for IFOS for the spring. This is not the CNCF internship. This is the unpaid internship. So we are looking for people that if they want to join in an unpaid fashion, if they want to work on something inside KubeStellar or even on some new things that have to do with the UI, you may do so. So new UI offering and traditional and original KubeStellar. So if you're interested in that, come up to KubeStellar Dev inside the Kubernetes Slack and shoot me a DM. Okay, let's see. All right, there's been some work going on being able to use multiple simultaneous KubeStellar systems running in the same system at the same time. Won't always be the common use case for most people, but for people that are testing, this may be. We are attending KubeCon. FYI, we'll be in London from April 1st to the 4th. The CFP is now closed. We did not get picked for any main talks, in any of the tracks, but we did get accepted. Let's get these off of here. We did get accepted for the partner pavilion. We'll be at the project pavilion, level 1, hall entrance N8 to N9, kiosk 2B from 10:45 a.m. to 10:45 to 1500 BST. We'll also have a Contrib Fest. This will be Thursday, April 3rd, 1600 for about an hour and a half. This will be in level 3, ICC Capital Suite 1. And then we have a lightning talk on Tuesday, April 1st at 12:06 BST, Platinum Suite level 3. So let me go ahead and put these in the right order. I believe this is on Wednesday, so I guess it would be good to note that that's Wednesday, right? Let's see, Wednesday. Okay, any questions on our on our presence at KubeCon EU? Okay, I'm just finishing up here. Give me a second. Okay, very good. All right, we continue to work with Cornell on their software-defined farm system, and that's ongoing. We're now working with them on confidential computing and confidential containers or secure containers, enclave and otherwise for this year. So there's some ongoing work there, and we're looking forward to publish that work later this year. Okay, so that about concludes today's call. That's all I had to talk about. Does anybody have anything that they'd like to talk about that's joined the call?
Hey, Andy.
Yes.
Would you like to see the revised clip?
Yeah, I'd love to see the revised clip.
All right.
Sure.
For our audience, we're working on a new commercial. So we're not going to give you this complete plot line, but let's see if we can get this to work.
Hey, cool. Oh, look at this, the space guy. Oh, no, wow, very cool.
Launching KubeStellar.
I love it. I love it. So, folks, you may see this in a commercial coming up in time for KubeCon EU. We're working towards that end. I love it. Are you going to have a close up of the hand touching the easy button?
Oh, yes, there will be some green screen work.
I love it.
I'm waiting for the gloves.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, that's fantastic. All right, great. Okay, any questions for Kevin? All right, we'll open up the floor. Does anybody here want to introduce themselves or on the recording? If not, you can always DM us over at KubeStellar-dev. All right, folks, that'll wrap it up for this week's edition of the KubeStellar Community Meeting for February 20th, 2025. Thank you very much for attending, and I look forward to working with all you out there in the open source community. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.